Hey y'all, it's your girl Simone. We're back with another episode of Summing It Up with Simone, and I have a very special guest, someone who's dear and near to my heart, Miss Kayla Jackson.
Hi.
Hey Kayla. So, as we know, you have a very long journey on how you started running track and how you got to Georgia. So just talk about like what initially drew you to track and field and when you realized you can compete at a level like the University of Georgia.
So, what first drew me to track and field was actually I was in elementary school in gym class and I would race all the kids and beat everyone. And so one day my gym teacher asked for my mom to come after class or after school, and he told us about this team called Detroit Pow and that I should go try and practice, and I actually hated it the first day. But I did go back, and then everything went good from there, and now I'm here. And what drew me to Georgia was just the fact that the coaches are like family and they care a lot because I have diabetes. So they were really in when it came to that, and everyone even educated themselves if they didn't know anything about it. So
Yes. And for y'all that don't know, me and Kayla actually ran track together. So we both ran for track live. That's where a little connection comes in. But you mentioned diabetes and how you developed at a younger age and you're still running with it now. And that's why you love Georgia. So how has you living with diabetes shaped your approach to training and competition now that you've gotten older?
well, having diabetes, I have to I have to pay really close attention to everything because things can change really quickly with my glucose numbers. So I have like three or four people on the staff that have my app to like watch my glucose and everything. And sometimes it can be a challenge, but I have to just remember that it's just temporary in that moment and I'm okay in the end.
Yeah, can you just talk about that story of like when you found out you had diabetes? I know you were running track, you were younger, but just talk about that story and how you kind of push through that and continue to decide to continue running.
So I was 13 when I was first diagnosed, and I was headed to a track meet in Ohio, and I just found myself having to use the bathroom like every 10 minutes, and then I would chug a water bottle, but I just thought I was hydrated. But then at some point we were like, this don't seem right because we had to like pull over immediately so that I can use the restroom. And then when I got to the meet, I could barely even do one warm-up lap, which was not normal. And then I was getting beat by people who like never beat me before, and I would be dead tired after a race. So we were like, let's go to the doctor and see what's wrong. And then that's when they told me that I was diabetic and I had to go to the hospital immediately.
Okay. And I mean, so you've been at Georgia for 3.5, 4 years now, and you've had some great accolades since you've been there, especially with you being on a big platform. So being such a successful athlete with diabetes, you represent like a lot of people who may not speak up about it. So how important is that to you, just being a representation for younger athletes, but also on the collegiate space?
I feel like I'm happy that I can be that kind of person because when I was first diagnosed, I didn't really know many athletes or track athletes that had diabetes. So I did kind of feel alone at first. So I'm just kind of glad that I can be that person that people can relate to. And if they have any questions or anything, they can ask me and feel like they can still do their sport in the end.
Yeah. And, like I said, you're on the back end of your tenure at Georgia now. Um, and obviously there's like a lot of underclassmen coming in. And I feel like in the track world, like people are getting faster and faster out of nowhere. So I guess my question to you is like, what does success look like for you now compared to when you first started at Georgia? Is it the same thing? Do you have like different goals or?
I feel like my goals are kind of the same. I've accomplished some of them because we won two national titles now, but I still don't have an individual title, which I'm really trying to get. And with the groups that we have now, I get pushed a lot in practice, so I feel like that'll definitely be coming soon.
Okay, I love that. And just a last one, it's gonna be a fun one-ish. But if you could define your legacy in one sentence, what would it be?
Hmm. Um,
Maybe one word, one sentence. What would you say defines Kayla Jackson at Georgia?
I would say if I had to use one word, competitive, because even though like we're a team and we're in practice, I'm still trying to be my best. So I'm going to use everyone to push myself so that when it comes to the big stage like nationals, I won't be like shocked or feel like I'm not prepared because in the end we do have one of the best people on our teams. And yeah.
I love that. And then is there any advice for maybe like upcoming high school track and field athletes or even like underclassmen in college that you would give them just with you being kind of on the upper side?
I would just say always stay patient. Not everything is going to come when you want it. Um, as long as you keep working hard and doing everything that you need to do and staying focused, everything that you want will come sooner or later.
Oh, I love that. Okay, y'all. Well, thanks, Kayla. This is another episode of Summing Up with Simone, and make sure y'all tune in for the next one.
Bye.